Right now, Des Moines police are searching for a man in their investigation into a deadly hit and run from last year. They issued a material witness warrant for 32-year-old Renato Vervez. The investigation started in October when 3 pedestrians were hit on Army Post Road. One of them died from his injuries. Police say the vehicle involved was recovered, but they weren't able to find a driver. Police say if you know where Vervez is, you should contact them. New at noon, 2 men are in the Dallas County Jail this afternoon facing sexual abuse charges. The sheriff's office says an investigation found Cheyenne and Ross Brecht abused the same victim in the summers of 2019 and 2020. Court documents show the victim was just 14 years old in 2019. Investigators say they first uncovered evidence of sexual abuse while assisting the FBI with one of its investigations. Both Cheyenne and Ross Brecht are charged with third-degree sexual abuse. Trump administration officials are talking trade today as new U.S. tariffs are triggering retaliation from key allies. As Natalie Brand tells us, the White House is also taking aim at a series of environmental regulations.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio is in Canada facing G7 partners amid an escalating trade war among allies.
Mr. Secretary, what's your message to Canada?
Writing on Truth Social Thursday, President Trump slammed the EU for a 50% tariff on whiskey, saying if it's not removed, the U.S. will put a 200% tariff on all wines and other alcohols from Europe.
We want to protect the American worker, that a lot of these trade deals haven't been fair.
The Trump administration is also taking aim at environmental regulations beefed up under the Biden administration. The EPA announced plans to roll back rules on pollution, electric vehicles, and air quality, said the agency would reconsider the 2009 scientific finding that greenhouse gases are a danger to the public. The administration says the moves are aimed at cutting costs, but they're expected to face legal challenges.
They are taking us back to the 1960s, from before the times when we had regulations that actually cleaned up our water, protect people from across our country from cancer-causing agents in our air.
Today is the deadline for the EPA and other federal agencies to submit plans for mass layoffs as part of the ongoing efforts to downsize the federal government. Over on Capitol Hill, lawmakers are staring down a Friday deadline to avert a partial government shutdown.
Democrats need to decide if they're going to support funding legislation that came over from the House or if they're going to shut down the government. So far, it's looking like they plan to shut it down.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says there aren't the votes to advance the House-passed funding bill, proposing a smaller and shorter stopgap measure instead to give lawmakers more time to negotiate. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Iowa Secretary of Agriculture Mike Naig says farmers still have options despite the loss of food programs worth $1 billion. Just this week, the USDA says it won't be renewing funds for the local food for schools and the local food purchase assistance programs. They offered funding to schools and food banks to buy from local farmers. The agency says this decision is aimed at returning to long-term fiscally responsible initiatives. The School Nutrition Association says the change will impact schools nationwide at a time when they're already facing high food costs. Naig says existing contracts will be paid out.
I think that was a good effort. We saw a lot of good things come of that, a lot of connections made, and we want to continue to build on that.
Naig says the Choose Iowa Food Purchasing pilot program for schools will help bridge this gap. Public schools and private schools can apply by April 7th for up to $1,000 per school building. A group of 20 different states is suing to block the Trump administration's sweeping education department layoffs. This lawsuit claims that the layoffs are illegally dismantling an agency created by Congress. The president is defending the firing of nearly half the staff at the Department of Ed. He says states should be in charge of students' education, pointing to Iowa's school choice plan.
When you move it back to Iowa and Indiana and all the states that run so well, there's so many, I could name 30, maybe almost 40. Those will be as good as Denmark, those will be as good as Norway, and they'll be as good as any of these.
The federal lawsuit was filed today in Massachusetts. It says the layoffs will make it impossible for the department to complete its required duties and will result in lost or delayed federal funding for public schools. An office that helps minority veterans has been eliminated. The Department of Veterans Affairs says the Office of Equity Assurance is, quote, no longer needed. It helped with minority veterans with government benefits. It was created during the Biden administration. The closure has been largely criticized by lawmakers and veterans. The top Democrat on the House Committee on Veterans Affairs called this move, quote, reckless. Today, U.S. negotiators are in Russia to present their plan for a 30-day ceasefire in Ukraine. It comes as President Trump pushes for a quick end to the more than 3-year conflict. Holly Williams reports from Ukraine's capital city.
President Trump's special envoy, Steve Witkoff, arrived in Moscow today for talks after the president threatened Russia with consequences yesterday if it doesn't sign up for a 30-day ceasefire.
But in a financial sense, yeah, we could do things very bad for Russia. It would be devastating for Russia, but I don't want to do that because I want to see peace.
But Vladimir Putin doesn't look like a man who wants to lay down his guns. In a video released yesterday, he visited troops in southern Russia wearing military fatigues and talking strategy with his commanders.
Even you, but you have
Less than 2 weeks ago, it was Ukraine's President, Volodymyr Zelensky, who was berated at the White House.
And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country.
And following that, the US suspended deliveries of military aid and intelligence sharing with Ukraine. American and Ukrainian officials appeared to reset the relationship at a meeting in Saudi Arabia this week, lifting the pause on security aid and intelligence sharing. At a press conference in Kyiv yesterday, President Zelensky said Russia's attempt to escalate tensions between the US and Ukraine had failed.
Russian forces currently hold the momentum on the battlefield, making it unlikely that Vladimir Putin wants a ceasefire. On the other hand, he may not want to anger President Trump by rejecting his attempts to achieve peace in Ukraine. Holly Williams, CBS News, Kyiv, Ukraine.
A Kremlin aide says this proposal for a 30-day ceasefire only takes Ukraine's position into account. He also maintained that Russia needs to have input as well. Well, the search continues for a missing University of Pittsburgh student, and now an Iowan is a person of interest in this case. Sudika Konashe disappeared a week ago while vacationing in the Dominican Republic. Investigators believe Joshua Reeby may have